Hey guys, Cool Guy, and today we're going to be doing another tutorial. This one's going to be how to make a really cool wallpaper that has some kind of logo in the middle, just like this one. You can optionally add a glow, and you can see I've added like a textured backdrop here, and also Vignette, which is this black fade out kind of thing here. So first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to grab GIMP from gimp.org. This is the program of choice. You can use a vector package like Inkscape, but we're just going to work in GIMP here. And then you also need to think about what kind of logo you want to grab. So in this case, since it's pretty easy, I'm just going to use the ROG logo. Any logo will do, the company you like or whatever, doesn't really matter. And we're going to have to find one that is transparent. So that'll just make our life a lot easier. You can get one with like a white background, which would also work. And you can check out my previous tutorial on how to cut out things properly in GIMP if it happens to be, white background. In this case, this one is transparent. You can tell because if you right click open a new image, or open a new tab, and then you drag it, you can see that the white background didn't come with it. In this case, here's an example of one that isn't transparent background, because if I drag it, you can see the white background comes with it. Versus this one, when I dragged it, you can see that the white background didn't come, only the image itself. So I'm probably going to end up using this one because it's a flat color. You can see it's also transparent background, which is awesome. That's exactly what we need. So we're going to right click and copy image. You can also save image as to your computer if you want to, but I'm just going to copy it and that makes it easiest. And then we're going to open up GIMP and Control V to paste it in. So you can see now I have the image here copied from my clipboard. We do need to do File New and then pick the resolution that you want. So typically this will be the resolution of your computer. This also works for a phone. I've done the same thing with a phone, a tablet, whatever. Just figure out what the resolution is. In this case, most desktops will work fine with 1920 by 1080. That's sort of the standard 1080p resolution, and that will work just fine. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and copy in this picture. So I'm just going to basically click this rectangle, select the whole thing, and then copy it using Control C. You can see it shows up over here. And then we'll paste it into here, and then make sure you hit this button here because that will make it a new layer instead of going straight onto the background, which would be not ideal to say the least. So now that we have this on our canvas, what we want to do is we want to decide what kind of logo we want. So you can see the logo I have here. I put basically I blacked it out and I've made it so that there's a blue glow with a subtle textured background. And if that's what you want to do, then follow along with these steps. So you can pick your background color as usual, but I typically like to do a dark background, so we're just going to pick like a pretty dark gray, and then we will fill bucket this. So that is this one, and then right click and then fill bucket. It might just already be like that. You can also do Shift B to do that, and then we will just make sure we're on the background and then just fill that whole thing in. If that looks like it's the right shade to you, looks like it to me, then that is good. So the tool we're going to be using to add that cool textured thing is Gimppressionist. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have that selected. New filters, artistic, and Gimppressionist. And you can see there's a bunch of options here, and you can see well, it's pretty hard to see because it's a solid color, but you would be able to see a preview in this pane. But the one that I like to use is Furry. It works, it basically creates this like subtle texture that I really like. So you can see the texture has been applied. Looks pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to decide if our logo is going to be blacked out or not. So in some cases your logo needs to have color. It doesn't really make sense without color. But in this case, since it's a fairly simple logo, I'm just gonna black it out just to make it, blend in with the background a little bit more. So I think the easiest way to do this is if you make sure you have your layer selected, and then go to colors, and then we are going to go to exposure. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the exposure all the way down, just like as far as it'll go, until it's basically the whole thing is black. So you can see in this case there are no red pixels, it's all black now. And you can see if I don't do it properly, like this for example, you can see that it's still kind of red, but just turn it all the way down and make sure it's black. That's probably the fastest way to make the whole image black. So any pixels that are just not transparent, they'll just turn black. Okay, so now we have this, which already looks pretty cool as it is, but as I mentioned, you might want to add a tint, you might want to add a glow. In this case I have a blue one, so in this case I'm going to add a red glow. So the easiest way to do that is make sure you have this layer selected once again, and we're going to do filters and then light and shadow, and we're going to do a drop shadow. So you can see that by default it adds this little black shadow, but we want a red shadow in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to be 0, 0, so it's going to be right on top of the center. So you can see what that does. It's kind of like there's a glow on the outside. And then I'm going to select my color. In this case I'm going to do red. So that looks pretty good as it is. Let's go zoom out and make sure it looks good. I think I want it to be a little bit bigger than that, so you can tweak these 3 settings. So the first one is blur radius. This will just basically blur it out more or less. You can play with that a little bit. Grow radius is sort of similar. It makes it basically grow out way more. And used in conjunction with blur radius, I think this is pretty much all you need, just these 2. And then if you find that it's a little bit too basically like solid color, you can turn down the opacity too. So those are the 3 settings you want to mess with when you're doing this. So typically I like to keep the opacity where it was roughly, and then just tweak the blur radius and the grow radius. So I think in this case for this logo I'm going to keep the grow radius fairly small, but then blur it out a little bit more. I think that's probably fine. So cool, we have our red glowing logo. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to decide whether or not we want the background to have a tint. So in this case, I think it probably makes sense to have like a red tinted background. That would probably make sense. So what we're going to do is, ignore that, we're going to go ahead and make a new layer by doing, just clicking the new layer button. It's down here on the left, and just leaving the default settings, that's fine. And then we're going to position this layer in between the background and our logo layer. So in this layer, we're just going to go ahead and do a fill bucket with the color that you want. In this case, I'm probably going to go with maybe a deeper red. So, well, it's already kind of red, so let's do a darker red actually. And then we're going to fill bucket. You can see it looks pretty weird right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to hop over onto this left side, and we're going to turn down the opacity almost to nothing. So in this case, you can see I've tinted it just a little bit dark red, and you can play with this a little bit. I think not more than 10% would work fine. So if we zoom in a little bit, you can see that these things are red. Alternatively, you can do a gradient, which we will do next real quick. So I'm going to delete that layer just to show you how a gradient would work. So I'm going to turn the opacity back up. So same thing, if I want it to be a gradient basically in the middle and extending outwards, I'm going to right click the fill bucket and then click gradient. And then we're going to keep the same color, but this time we're going to click this icon right here and change it from whatever it was to foreground to transparent. What that will do is it does exactly what you think it does. Instead of going from the red to the white, it will go from red to transparent, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to come over here and drag from the middle, and then just get like whatever coverage you want. You can go all the way out or just, you know, up to here or whatever. I think I'm probably going to stop it right about there. That's probably good. All right, hit enter. And then again, we're going to turn down the opacity just so it's not so jarring. So for this one, I think that probably makes sense. You can see that we have the strong red glow, and then you can see it just fades out from there into the normal gray at the edges. So that's how you do the glow. And then the last thing you might want to do is do a vignette. And to do that, it's easy. You just do filters, and then we're going to go to light and shadow and vignette. Cool. And you can tweak these basically circles the way you want, but generally I found that the default settings work pretty well. And you can play with these to see what you like the best. Boom, and now we have a vignette, and that looks pretty good, I think. So once you're happy with the result, we will go ahead and export it. Just do File and Export. Cool, same deal. We're just gonna select a name. I'm just gonna call it background with no D because I don't know how to spell, and export. Cool. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Last thing you need to do is we are going to set it as our desktop wallpaper, and that's pretty simple. You just go into settings, which I will do by going here, and then we will go to personalization. and you can just browse, change your background from whatever it was before to browse, or to picture, and then hit browse. And then you can just set your wallpaper to wherever you saved it to. I'm not going to in this case since I think I'm good. Alright, so that is the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you can make some awesome wallpapers, and I challenge you to also do it for a phone resolution. Just in case you were curious how you would do that, this is a landscape orientation image. So what we're going to do is instead we're going to make it a portrait. So you can either do, if you have a 16:9 phone, it's 1080 by 1920, that would work just fine. Or if you have a higher resolution one, you can change it 2340, that's a common 19.5:9 resolution. And you can see that that makes a tall one. And same deal, it's the same procedure, just copy in the logo, do the glow, whatever you want. Same deal, it's just now portrait. So yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys are able to make with this cool logo background thing. And yeah, thanks for watching.